Hi guys, I'm here with Andre Austin, celebrity stylist. Some of the people that you love, like Kanye West, Kelly Rowland, Gayle King, you know, so he knows his stuff. Thank you, Andre, for being here with me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I'm just excited to have you. I have so many questions I want to ask you.
Good,
So,
thank you.
first of all, what have you been working on lately?
Let me see. Currently, I am working for a company called HBC, Hudson Bay Company. It's a Canadian company. They own Saks Fifth Avenue, Lord & Taylor, Guild Group, and the Bay in Toronto. So I'm doing corporate e-com for them.
Oh,
so
wow.
I work a lot with the luxury designers, Karl Lagerfeld, Dior, and
Oh,
I
wow.
kind of involved in putting the full look together for the consumer to shop online.
That's great. So I have to ask you, what inspired you to become a stylist?
Oh God, let me see. It wasn't my initial calling. You know, I knew I wanted to travel. Growing up and not having a lot of money, I knew that I wanted to travel and kind of see the world. And I was like, well, how can I travel? I don't have money. What am I going to do? So initially I, was in the travel and tourism industry. I was working for different airlines, which afforded me to travel.
Right.
So I was doing a lot of traveling, and then I was like, I got bored with traveling, and the airline I was working for went out of business, and a friend of mine was like, I have no job, I don't know what I'm going to do. My friend was like, well, you always like clothes, you should do something with clothes. I'm like what? I don't know. So I started going to school at FIT, and the styling thing is just something that kind of afforded itself to me, and 20 years later, here I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where do you draw your creativity from when you're like pulling pieces?
For me, it's all about what comes from the streets.
Okay.
I clean, simple lines is kind of what my motto has always been. I like clean, meaning unfussy type garments. Simple, which means that it's the best fit for you, and it doesn't require a lot of bells and whistles.
Okay.
And just the line is the fit. Everything's about fit. Fit. You can have $1,000 dress and you can look like the dress costs $2.
Right.
You can have a $2 dress and it looks like it costs $1,000. Because if it fits you, fit is the most important thing in any garment. So I think it's about fit.
Okay.
You get the good fit, you will look great.
That's great advice. So when you have like these big name celebrities like Gayle King and Kanye West, like how do you draw inspiration or hone in on their style? Like how does that come from you when you put it out there with them?
Well, I think I always look at for me, I always want my client to be a part of the decision-making process. Because what happens is you don't want to just show up and say, here, put this on, without kind of conferring with your client, because you're not the one who's going to be actually wearing the garment.
Right.
So you definitely want it to be a collaborative effort. So I kind of research what they've already done. And my job as a stylist, I always think, is to push my client to the furthest that they would be willing to go.
Ooh.
In the realm of still who they are.
Ooh, I love
So
it.
it's just about adding a little bit something different, something you may not have thought of, and I'm like, why don't we just try it? Because if you don't try things, you don't know it's going to work.
Absolutely.
And so I remember getting the call for Kanye, and it was like, he's going to be fine, don't worry about, he's going to come dressed, so you don't have to do anything. I'm like, no, you hire me as a stylist, I'm going to make sure I have some things that's going to challenge him, because I know Kanye likes style. So I came in, and he was like, oh, this is dope. He wound up wearing what I had, not what he had, and then called me after to come and work with him, because he liked the things that I had brought, designers he hadn't heard of, or wasn't not so much heard of, but hadn't seen before because they weren't available in America. And it was just through my connections in Europe I was able to get stuff sent in. So that you have to give your client something different.
Yeah.
So it was good.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So I imagine that you style, like when you look at clothes and you look at pieces, you kind of see them through the eyes of an artist, because what you do is kind of like art. You put these pieces together and make people look amazing.
Right.
So is this something true? Am I onto something, like through the eyes of an artist? Is it
I mean, I definitely do consider myself an artist. I think what we do is like taking different paint colors. You don't really know what's going to work. You don't know what the end result is going to be sometimes. So you're just always hopeful. And it's like, well, let me take the blue, the green, the red, and the orange. What color I'm going to get, I don't know. But at the end, if I see that it's good and I can sell you on it because I believe in this brand, I believe in the product, I believe in the look, then that's where we start creating the art. Because it's like we started out going down this route and we ended up over here. So sometimes the unknown could be very titillating for the client to kind of be like, let me just try something different.
Yeah.
And if they trust you enough to do that, that's when you know you have a real connection and relationship with the client.
I guess it would make it difficult for someone that would be stubborn. Like, is that something that you have someone you like pulling together these amazing pieces, and then someone's kind of like, no, I don't like that, and then how do you deal?
You know,
with
that happens a lot. That happens more than not.
Okay.
It's not all, French fries and ketchup, and sometimes what you have to do is, but what happens is with these celebrities a lot of times, I'm not a fan. I'm here to make you look good.
Right.
So we need to work together. So you can either work against me or with me, and we can either make you look good or you can look crazy. You looking crazy makes me look bad, and you look bad.
Right.
So I'm only here to do good for you. So how can I help you is what I want to kind of get across to the client. How can I help you look good? What can I do to make you comfortable, to make you look great, and have much more confidence in me to do my job with you? It's like you going to a writer or a producer and you're not trusting them. You have to relinquish and let it go and let these people do what they do because they're the professionals.
Right.
I don't sing, so I'm not going to sit here and try to give you vocal notes. That's what you do. You can teach me that. Fashion's my game. Let me do what I can do. And if it's something that doesn't work at the end, then we can change it. But let's try it my way first, working together, and see what we get.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So one of the questions I want to ask you, a friend of mine, no, really me, fashionably challenged. What's some advice that you would give someone that is fashionally challenged? You have no sense of style.
Right.
You don't know where to go with it.
I mean, I think everyone has a sense of style. And I think, like we were talking off camera just a few minutes ago, I think people are very afraid of fashion. They think fashion is not approachable, it's scary. It's not rocket science here. Like I said, it's pants, it's dresses, it's tops, it's shoes, it's bags, it's coats. It does not require a degree to understand fashion. And I think fashion's supposed to be fun. Like when you see people looking crazy, and they're dressing all pink with the matching hat, shoes, and everything, that's their look. And we're looking like, maybe I wonder if I could wear something like that. It may not be our zhuzh, it may not be our look, but the fact that they have taken it upon themselves to kind of just be free. And I think once we let fashion not absorb us, but we kind of connect with it and we make it like it's a relationship and we pair with it, then I think it's okay. Just it's relax off it, like we were saying about we both wear black all the time, because black is safe, black is comfortable. It is. But we have to push ourselves sometime to kind of get away from being comfortable. Like I was saying with the clients, I'm pushing you out of your comfort zone because if I don't, then no one else will. Because you're comfortable where you are.
Yes.
But my idea is to come in and shake it up and to shake you up, to be like, look, this is okay. You can wear pink, you can wear red, you can wear purple, and then you find yourself getting more compliments and you find yourself feeling a little more pep in your step maybe. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's like, don't be afraid of fashion. Fashion is your friend. It's your friend.
It's my
Fashion's
friend.
your friend. Yes.
It's my friend.
Yes.
Okay, so here in this big city, you know, we have people coming here from all over the world, and a lot of people come here to be in the fashion industry. What advice would you give to a struggling stylist that just came here with their suitcase to New York City?
That is the quintessential question that I always get about what advice would I give. It's really hard because I'm still on my own journey, and my path to discovery. I'm still on that path. It's just that I kind of know where my path is because I'm like specialized. So it's like studying in school and you kind of are liberal arts, or are you going to be a communications major? Right. And I think that's what it is with fashion. There's so many outlets, there's so many different avenues, there's so many different lanes. There's so much about fashion people don't know about. They know about being a model or a stylist or hair or makeup, but there's so many little nuances in between all of that that people forget about. And it's like you have to kind of look at the whole picture and figure out where you want to sit at the table. You know, it's a whole bunch of food here, but you like what you like. Find what you like,
right,
and learn on that, build on that, step by step by step. And then you figure out where you belong, and then that's how you get invited back.
Wow.
But if you don't kind of understand where you are, you're just all over the place. So it's like find out about everything, because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what college is for. You kind of find out, you do all these classes, you're like, you know what, I really love math. Wow, who knew that? Then you start focusing in on those things, and that's what makes it good, especially when it comes to fashion. Some people like haute couture, some people like commercial, some people like American sportswear, some people like streetwear. You know, it's so many different avenues,
right,
so many different things. So it's like, if what you do is haute couture, then that's what you focus on and you perfect it. Because when you perfect it and you're a specialty and you have a specific point of view, is when you're really going to start to flourish and kind of get into your groove of like, oh my God, this is what I do.
Yes.
And then you just kind of goes from A to Z real quick.
That's great advice. Another little point I wanted to make too, because when you come into New York or whatever, you come into this new business that you want to do, how do you protect yourself as far as like legally with contracts? You get someone, I got a job, and how do you, what is the steps that you can give advice to someone to say like, you know, no X, Y, and Z before?
Well, I mean, I think it's with anything, like people think fashion's different from, you know, working at a grocery store. Fashion's different than working at the gas station. It's a job.
Right.
And this is what we do as our job. So my job is this, your job is that. Our jobs are very similar because we get paid to do what we do best. So it's like, don't forget that fashion is great, but fashion is a business. And business is to make money, and that's what you're supposed to do. So if it doesn't make sense to you and it doesn't make you money, then you should reevaluate those steps and see about how you can do your job and make money with it. You know? And I see a lot of people and I'm like, but did that make sense to you? If I said that to you, does that make sense? And you would say no, then it doesn't make sense to me either, which means it's not the right thing for you to do. It's just common sense. I think people forget, you know, when it comes to modeling, and it's like, you know, you go someplace and you feel like something's not right here, then you should leave. Don't stay there and do something that you're like, you know what, I felt that wasn't wrong. Your feelings, your gut instinct kind of
follow your gut,
tells you what to do. You know what I'm saying? So don't get caught up in this glitz and the glam, because this is still a business. And the bottom line of business is what? Money.
That's right.
So you've got to always have that as your bottom line, is to make money and protecting yourself, meaning just be smart. Like, you know, it's not about being street smart. It's about if someone asks you a question and you don't want to do it, but you still say yes, that's your fault for saying yes, instead of saying, you know what, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't want to do that. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yes, and on that note, that's going to be our bottom line. Thank you, Andre.
Thank you. Let me give you my
Thank you so much. Yes.
My,
where can everyone find you?
Where can you find me? You can find me on Instagram at iStyleAtWork.
Style at Work.
Spelled out, iStyleAtWork. Or on Twitter at StyleAtWork.
Okay.
or find me at andreaustin.com.
Yes, thank you, Andre.
Cheers.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Please follow YouCode on YouCode at Instagram, Facebook, YouCode app, and we are Twitter, YouCode Nation.
We've had too much fun.
Yeah, a little bit too much right here. We're going to continue having a chat and having some fun. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Beautiful.